If I may say, I never would have expected to see Triple H and Carrot Top on panel.
I had a feeling.
We're always together. What are you talking about?
Tony Hinchcliffe continued this month's theme of odd couples on the panel, and this week may have featured the most peculiar pairing yet. WWE COO Triple H and Carrot Top. Tony's no stranger to bringing pro wrestlers onto the panel. Ric Flair, Triple H's good friend and Evolution stablemate, was famously one of the worst guests in the show's history. The Undertaker also made a special appearance during this year's New Year's Eve show. Tony has done a lot with the WWE over the past year, so it was only a matter of time before more representation from the largest wrestling company in the world showed up to the #1 live podcast in the world. And Triple H was a fantastic choice to represent the WWE on this comedy show. Though he's now mostly known for his behind-the-scenes work and always being in suits, Triple H was one of the biggest comedy characters alongside Shawn Michaels with DX in the 1990s.
You ever just miss it?
The head man of the WWE was a joy to watch and had quick comedic chops, busting out one-liners and callbacks like he's done stand-up comedy before.
So you never had sex with any of the therapists, the female therapists?
You could have just left it at, you have never had sex.
How often are you around these children?
Sundays through Wednesdays.
Much as the law allows.
Oh, yeah.
Basically,
Yeah,
the people there hoping they vote for him, he gets a better job someplace else.
Yeah.
Maybe like AT&T or something.
Right, yeah.
His above-average performance was no surprise considering he's a world-class performer, and it was nice to see he didn't give himself much restraint. He rolled with the punches, played along with bits, and contributed to the show in major ways at times.
You know that picture's going to be on the internet of me sitting there looking at Carrot Top's shit hanging out of his towel.
Carrot Top was also a joy to see back after killing it a few months ago during his first time on panel. I've never been much of a fan of his comedy, but his style is something that meshes so well with the Kill Tony format, and it worked once again. He brought out several different props throughout this episode and unleashed several more in a speed round at the end of the show, having the crowd begging for more props by the end of the episode.
Here's the Cowboys' new helmet right there. That's new Cowboys.
New.
People get drunk, right? You get drunk and guys punch the wall. You probably punched too many walls. Fuck, they break their hand, they hit the wall, they don't know this. So there should be a beer with a stud finder, so you know exactly what.
You like it.
This is a cell phone case, so your girlfriend or wife can't get into it when you go to bed at night. Like, it's a towel when you go to Disney. So you can walk around the pool. I don't know if it's rape related.
Oh, okay.
There's. When women have a restraining order against a guy, you can tell exactly how far to fucking stay away. No, just because you're being a fuckhead. So if you want it under, it goes under, and if you want it over, you flip it.
Oh, wow.
I know how to fix gun control. You can't shoot a gun unless you have Rubik's Cube has to be lined up just right. So yeah.
Just as a warning to you down here, like, take my advice. Do not look directly into the box as he opens it.
The first bucket pull of the night was Jon Stewart, and he had a unique style that I was a big fan of. I liked his command of the stage and his ability to stay in the pocket. He powered through a part where he got no laughs to finish things off with his biggest reaction of the night. During his minute, I kept thinking to myself that I had seen this man before, and it turns out that this was his 5th time on the show. And as just a bucket pull, that is crazy numbers. This had to have been his best appearance yet. He had a rock-solid minute and had an interview that seemed pretty prepared and locked in, airing out his grievances with AT&T.
I just want to say, fuck AT&T.
Wow. That's one way to do it.
I absolutely hate the company. I've been there for 2 years after they outsourced my job to Mexico. And I was like, I've been with the company for 7 years, and they got rid of my job. We're numbers on a graph, lady. So all she needed to do was accept the terms and conditions, and I go to mute my mic. I was like, I fucking hate you. And she's like, it's okay, I fucking hate the internet too and these computers. It's all right, Sonny. And I'm like, oh, thank God.
It was a very AT&T heavy episode, as the next bucket pull, Mike Holder, just so happened to also work for the company, and the panel also made several more callbacks to AT&T throughout the episode.
Surprisingly, not the bucket pool that works customer service for AT&T.
I've worked sales for AT&T.
Are you fucking
I swear to God,
serious?
that's my last job.
Wow.
Swear to God.
Wow.
Basically,
Yeah,
the people there hoping they vote for him, he gets a better job someplace else.
Yeah.
Maybe like AT&T or something.
Right, yeah. The only thing worse than PTSD? AT&T. Turns out. AT&T HR has a lot of work to do when this episode comes out.
Stewart touched on more things like sobriety and boofing, which was primarily what his set was about.
Have you ever actually boofed before? You brought that up.
I sat on like something by accident and it hurt, and I don't really understand anal.
The old whoops boof.
He's being Shiloh Boof.
Hey, good job, Red Band.
Matt Rivera was the third bucket pull of the night, and he's been on several times before, and this was the best minute from him by far. He discussed the absurdity of having a 2-year-old uncle and discussed some similarities his toddler uncle has with the rest of his uncles. A pretty simple yet hilarious premise that got the most laughs in the room up to this point. Rivera himself didn't have a great interview, but him talking about having diabetes really opened the door for the first real character moments from Triple H and Carrot Top. Red Band and Tony also had a fun riff during this moment. This was probably the hardest I laughed during the show.
You went to the happiest place on earth to get your diabetes test? That's a goofy decision.
I didn't go there.
Yeah, you're going to lose a foot. Your parents have a great sense of humor. Let's take them to Disney. It'll soften the blow.
I just wonder, how the fuck does that even happen when you go to Disney? How do you find out that you have diabetes? Where people ask you the next day, how was Disney? Fuck, I got diabetes. Yeah, but it doesn't come with like an alarm when you eat it that says, fuck, you just got diabetes. Like, how did that come about?
You guys have a new diet plan? What changed?
They don't go to fucking Disney anymore.
That's for sure. You don't want to get double diabetes.
Are you wearing a skirt?
No, it's shorts. They're your shorts.
Of all the shit right here, that's what you picked up?
Yeah. That's fuck. Yeah. No, it's your shorts.
This fun interview, paired with an excellent minute, gave Rivera a secret show invite. You love to see it for a guy who said he produces shows every day, and you can tell from his reaction to that it meant a lot to him. Spencer Eckridge was next, and he didn't record many laughs during his set, but man, I love these kind of bombs. He was not prepared at all, and his jokes were extremely hard to follow.
I can't spell channeling without A-N-A-A-L. Last time I took 250 milligrams of sunshine LSD.
He parlayed this epic bomb with a pretty solid interview. After saying he's been mistaken for Jesus before, Tony issued a 90-second beatdown on the guy, which was hilarious. He followed this up with a story about how his 2 therapists tried to fuck him, allegedly, leading to a plethora of funny moments from the panel.
If
God
Jesus
bless him.
came back and he's like, hey, it's me, I swear, I'm Spencer Eskridge, people would be burning their Bibles in the streets. I can't believe I bought into that bullshit for so long. This looks like something that fucking Mick Foley would have living in a doghouse in his backyard.
23, 24. I'm going to say their fucking names, Amanda and Karina.
No.
Oh, no.
Don't say their
They
names.
already... And then, like, I just be sitting on their couch, and they're like, so how long have you been single?
They're asking you about your life.
No.
Yes.
They got...
Holy shit.
And then the kid who was considered a victim of the system was getting them cocaine and all this shit.
We need names.
Before, like, my daughter could talk, like, she's
Let me guess, she tried to fuck you. One time she looked at me and she was all like, da-da. And I'm like, oh, no, you don't. I want to go to bed. Hey, stop trying to fuck me.
Ronaldo Mercado followed Laser, and it was nice to see him back. He had one of my favorite sets from a couple of months ago, and he delivered another solid 60 seconds chock full of jokes. He had the crowd laughing throughout, and I don't think this was as good as his appearance in June, but was still one of the better sets that we saw on Monday. He's a 7-year pro and is a door guy at Red Band's club. His set centered around him being fat by Austin standards, but skinny by the rest of Texas's standards. He divulged more of his fat fuck behavior during his interview.
Sent me a notification and it said, hey Ronaldo, you spent 17% more this week than you normally do. And then they sent me an emoji of a cheeseburger to let me know that I ate so much fast food it impacted my financial portfolio.
Wow.
And then I'll get a double cheeseburger. I'll get 2 double cheeseburgers.
Uh-oh.
and then I eat them before I get home, and then I don't tell my girlfriend about it. That's fat fuck behavior, okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Right when you thought Spencer Eckridge was the bomb of the night, Aaron Silverstein walked onto the stage and delivered whatever the fuck that was. He was so bad he winded up getting severe boos from the Mothership crowd. It used to be harder to elicit this kind of reaction at the club, but now it seems to happen more often. Not saying that this guy wasn't bad or boo-worthy, just that it didn't used to happen as much as it does now.
Bugs, bugs. You've got bugs. I've got bugs. In other words, I've got bugs. Bugs.
Cameron Mai followed this bomb, and my oh my was this a solid 60 seconds. He talked about his mom being in a polygamous relationship, saying, "Have you ever walked in on your parents wrestling and it was the Royal Rumble match?" was a perfect joke for this premise and this panel. The funny thing is, he didn't even notice that Triple H was on the panel. Jim Tele wrapped things up for the bucket, and he was literally on the last episode. Everything throughout his set was connected and was just really well crafted. I'm not sure if it was my favorite set of the night, but structurally it was rock solid. William Montgomery closed the show, and I've been skipping talking about his set the last couple of weeks because honestly they haven't been that great in my opinion, but this one was hilarious. Him roasting Cam Patterson and SNL for a majority of his set was so good.
My question is, did Saturday Night Live not see any of Cam's minutes on Kill Tony? Is he going to get fired the first episode or the second episode when he screams the N-word for no reason? Bowen Yang. This N-word is gay and Asian? Oh, hell no! I'd love to be invited to join Saturday Night Live. If Stephen Hawking invented a time machine to the 90s...
William had another funny moment in the interview, embracing Carrot Top and recalling a story when he came up to young William Montgomery at the airport.
I get a tap on my shoulder, and Carrot Top, it is you. And I turn around and you say, "What's up, brother?" And you shake my hand. Every time now I see a redheaded person, I say hello. I try to be nice. It like broke my heart.
Let me give you a hug.
But thank you. Carrot Top, really.
Thank you, buddy.
My wallet! It meant a lot, though. Hey!
And it has to be said that this crowd loved William Montgomery. They were going nuts for a solid 3 to 5 seconds before he started his set. This was William Montgomery's room, and he owned it. What did you guys think of this show? What do you think about Tony and how he has been booking the show the last couple of weeks? I gotta know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Click the bell icon to get notified every single time I drop a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.